So we got a lot to talk about, but let's talk about this. The first thing, what's the woman's name? She's known as the Sprinkle lady on Instagram.
Sprinkle. I think her name's Shavara or something like that. I don't know her name.
Okay. In the event, we'll play the video. Play this video, please.
90-day rule is trash because men can wait that long and still ghost you. I don't do the 90-day rule. I do the $5,000 rule, baby. If they haven't spent that much on you, they don't get nothing. Investment. I speak about investment. You understand? Investment, not 90-day rules. But he's invested in you, so he's less likely to ghost you after putting money into you, spending time in you. Because if he ghosts you, guess what? You win. You know, you win. You've gotten all this beautiful treatment. You've gotten expensive dates. You've probably gone shopping, maybe, you know, whatever. All that stuff spent. You win if he ghosts you. He loses because he invested a lot of money. Okay, men are less likely to ghost after they have put in that money. Because now he says, oh, I just upgraded her for the next man. I just bought her new wardrobe for the next man. Oh, I just took her to all these expensive places. And now I get nothing out of it. But one time, and y'all know the first time ain't going to be the best time because you got to get to know each other that way. You know what I'm saying? So, no. You win. There ain't no 90-day rule. There's money. There's a spending rule. A spending rule. Yes.
Okay. So in that video, she is saying that, you know, there's a 90-day rule for some women, saying that they're not going to have sex with somebody for 90 days, pretty much, right? You need to be courted.
Steve Harvey for coming up for that rule. Act like a lady.
Oh, that's SH's rule?
Yep.
Okay. They need to be courted. That went out the window a long time ago, but okay, we can still kind of
facts. Shit, the relationships be over in 90 day.
Facts.
90-day unfiance.
So we can still act like, okay, we can act like you want to play that game, but she's saying the 5,000 rule. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. When I first heard this, you know, I was just like, here we go again with this nonsense. I think that the way that she delivered the message was completely wrong. I don't even agree with what she's saying, but I understand it. I do understand it from just a pure taking emotion out of this. If you're invested in something, you're less likely to leave it. That goes with anything in life, right?
Okay.
So her thing is like, if somebody invests $5,000 into you, they're less likely to ghost you as opposed to somebody that's invested nothing into you. That's understandable. That's understandable, right? But I don't know if that's a prerequisite to sleep with somebody. Like they're gonna have to spend $5,000 to. Like I don't know if that is the best way to go about it, right? And how do you even quantify $5,000? Are we meal vouchers? Right? Does that count? Can we start deducting $500 dates? Getting that
out of
the 5,000? Technically, that's an investment, right? It's the cost of money.
2 first class flights.
A flight,
where you go,
a trip. That's 5,000, right? That could be 5,000 or close, or at least half. Now we're halfway there, right? How are we knocking down this budget? So what do you think? What's your thoughts on this?
I actually like her. I like her content. I don't know. She was like Kevin Samuels and Umar to a lot of women. Sprinkle, fellas. You got to look at the content that the women watch to know what perspective they're coming from. My thing is, it's a bad investment. Number one. Number two, if they don't have 5,000, should you spend 5,000 on it? Like meme coin central for sure. And I don't like the narrative of turning women into prostitutes. Now I know this era, there's a lot of quid pro quo with the dollar. You give me the cash, I give you the coochie. Okay, cool. But I don't like that. I don't like and even if you invest, if you invest 5,000, that don't mean he's gonna stay anyway. I left people I've loved and I spent more than 5,000. So just on a casual, nah. Put it into index funds, put it into Nvidia. Ladies, I'm gonna still help you find your simp at InvestFest. Hopefully we can have her on and we give you a whole blueprint for how to catch your simp at the festival. But a 5,000 minimum prerequisite, and you may not have $5,000 in your bank account. Nah, I'm good.
So would you? Okay, but The woman's name is Shara7.
7, yeah. Shout out.
So, but do you agree with the idea that if somebody is financially invested in something, they take it more? Because that's even the thing where we say, well, what's the saying when they say, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention, right? Even for like free events, we know that more people will come to our paid events than the free events, right?
Yep.
They don't have anything invested in it. It doesn't mean anything to them because it's free. It's a weird psychology that we as humans kind of have to understand, right? And this is even a business conversation because it goes into marketing, this goes into how you price your products, and this goes into how you value your services. Because it's like sometimes you're trying to help people and you're doing things for them for free, or you're doing things for them for dirt cheap, and they don't have any appreciation for it because it doesn't mean anything for them. But when they put something substantial down, now they're going to be early. They're going to wait in line. They're going to do everything that they need to do because they're going to make sure that they are getting the most out of their $1,000 or their $500 or whatever, right? So it's just, I never really heard this perspective from a relationship standpoint, but I could understand it though.
I understand it in theory, but it won't work practically because the women who are getting, this is my thing. When a woman comes to anybody or comes to me and say, this is my expectation, if that was how you're really living, I would see it before I even get to you. Like when women like, it's mandatory that I do this and you do this and you do this. I'm like, well, if that's what you've been getting, I could feel that in your presence when I talk to you. And a lot of people manage their money wrong. So a guy will lead with his wallet to get what he needs to get and still will go ghost. Now, if you're investing time and money into a person, doesn't mean that they care a little bit more. Yes. But when the PP money started floating around and everybody had it, people were willing to pay to play. That's not my game that I prefer to operate by. And I think it's bad just to put like a price tag on yourself because that can come off a certain kind of way. But I do think women should have standards, but I also think men should have standards too. I'm going to be very honest. I also think as a man, the more you invest, the less return you get. The purest love I had is when I was given nothing.
Oh, what do you mean? You said the more, explain it.
The more you give, the less return you will get.
Oh, because people they don't appreciate it.
No, they end up not appreciating it. Yeah. We've all dealt with it, like, and then when you fall out of heaven, you go back to normal life, and that's when I get them texts. Oh my God, you weren't so bad. I had a revelation. I bet you did.
I bet you did.
Watch me on Instagram with somebody else. Shout out to all my former babies. I love you dearly. Thank you for the time that we spent together. You mean the world to me at one time, right? But a lot of times I think because men don't work on other areas of their life, they have to lead with their wallet, with character, integrity, time, honesty. You may get a person to buy you a bag, but they lie to you and they're buying another girl a bag or sleeping with her and got a baby on the side. So like, I get it in theory, but money can't be the only measurement I think that women are judging men by. So what do I know?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Well, mine
5,000 minimum, and now on the other side, is it worth the 5,000? Probably not.
Well, that's a real question. What are you getting for 5,000? That's the question that nobody really ever really talks about, right? April's talked about as far as the feminine experience, but it's like, just what in return, what is being provided for? Are you giving me counsel? Are you actually making a house a home? Are you, talking through real life situations and being my muse and giving me ideas? These are things that nobody really ever talks about. Like what's that aspect look like, right?